Hello, it's Dr. Chinelo Okoye here, and in this video, I want to talk about the health insurance products that can be combined with direct primary care. So, it depends on whether or not you have 50 or more employees, okay? If you have 50 or more employees, you're required by law to provide health insurance. And less than 50 employees, you're not required to provide health insurance. So now, if you are required by law to provide health insurance to employees, you can combine direct primary care with an ICHRA. ICHRA stands for Individual Coverage Health Reimbursement Accounts. So what that means is that the employer will have this account where they'll put funds, pre-tax funds, and it's used to reimburse employees for purchasing their own health insurance on the marketplace. So that's how that works. They purchase their own, and you reimburse them whatever percentage you decide on that meets the requirements. And so that's an option. It can be combined with direct primary care. Another option is to combine direct primary care with a traditional high deductible health insurance plan. Okay. So now in this kind of scenario, how it would work is that your employees will, use their direct primary care for 80 to 90% of their needs, right? Because they really won't have to use their health insurance unless it's absolutely necessary. So for instance, if they get admitted to the hospital or something like that, they would then meet the deductible and use the health insurance. But before then, they can get all their needs, majority of their needs, through their direct primary care membership. So that's one option. Then there's the option of a self-funded health insurance plan. Okay, so self-funding is basically where the company creates a health insurance plan. That's the easiest way to explain it. And now this option is, only an option for larger employees because, they are the ones that have the budget for it. But it's becoming very popular because it's really a way to maximize your savings for your company's healthcare expenses. It's a way to really max out those savings. So those are the options. An ICHRA, a high deductible health insurance plan, and a self-funded health insurance plan. Oh, and then I didn't mention there's also something called level funded insurance. And I won't go into too much detail about that, except to say that it's kind of similar to self-funded insurance, but it allows you to take on a little bit less risk than when you go fully self-funded. So those are the options. Now, if you have less than 50 employees, like I mentioned, in that scenario, you're not required to provide health insurance, but you can still provide all of those options I just mentioned. So if you somehow have the budget for it, you can provide all those options I mentioned for people who have 50 or more employees. But in addition, you have the option of providing things like a health share coverage or an indemnity plan. And then some people also just go with direct primary care by itself, right, as opposed to not providing anything at all. But so a health share. So a health share is basically an organization that agrees to share in the healthcare expenses of its members. So that's what it is. Because they don't have the same regulations as health insurance, they are not considered health insurance. So they are not an option for employers that have 50 or more employees. But there's certainly an option for people who have less than 50 employees. And there are several good health share companies out there. So that's an option. And then the indemnity plan is basically an insurance product that when you purchase it agrees to reimburse a certain percentage for different healthcare expenses. So agreement can be things like maybe 80% of each expense, things like that. But again, an indemnity plan is not health insurance, but it's certainly an option for people who have less than 50 employees. So there's that. And then, of course, like I mentioned, there's the option of just going with direct primary care and at least providing your employees with some care as opposed to nothing at all. So these are the options that are currently available. There might be a few more that I'm not mentioning, but these are the main ones that come to mind for now.